What's going on, folks? You're here chilling with the real Satoshi Aoki. So, as you know, I've been making a few bonk videos lately, and I had a few community members actually ask me, Satoshi, how do you rebalance the pools though? Because Orca Finance is pretty good, but you just occasionally do have to rebalance the pools, depending on whether you're going active or passive. Sometimes you do have to actually rebalance both. So in today's short little how-to video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. It may not be the best and most perfect method, but it's what I've been doing. So this is my portfolio here, and actually this morning I actually started to withdraw some pools already and burn the actual whirlpool NFTs associated with those pools. As we can see here, folks, for BONK USDC, for example, I'm getting 378% APR here. All right, so quite a bit down from the 999%. Now, bear in mind, these three are all passive pools. So we're going to show you that in just a moment. But for now, guys, if let's just say, for example, these needed rebalancing. So, of course, they don't, because they all say they're in range at the moment, okay? But let's just say it was out of balance. All you would simply do is hit this drop-down arrow here. Okay, just under balance, scroll down the page, you can hit withdraw, and then it's going to say withdraw BONK USDC. It's the total amount. It's already going to be set at 100%, and the tick's already going to be ticked for burning the NFT, which is what you want to do. Withdraw all and burn NFT, and that withdrawal is going to come straight into your Phantom wallet. I'm getting an approved transaction for Orca from my Phantom wallet, which is my Solana wallet. I'm not showing you that on screen, but that's just going to pop up in the top right. All you have to do is approve that. And as you can see, withdrawal is complete. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that process for the rest of the pools. Alrighty, so if you just pay your attention to the left-hand side of screen here, as you can see, guys, this is my entire bonk position right now, 1,203 US. I've got 2,387 US dollars worth of USDC, $88 worth of SOL, and the rest is just dust. Okay, 45 cents of Orca, which is pretty cool. That was just a little bit I got from a rewards from one of the pools. And that's something I really like, guys. You don't have to open your Phantom wallet and close it every time to see your balance here. It's always just going to be here on the left-hand side of the screen, which is really handy. So as you can see, I got no positions here in my whirlpools. Okay, so I'm in the portfolio section. I'm going to go to the explore section here. Okay, now I'm going to go for the BONK USDC. I want to open that up again, but this time I want to try it with active because I'm not sure if it's going to work for sure. But basically, I tried to set one up in the active mode versus passive, and it was giving me a higher APR rate, up closer to 999. So we're going to test that out. So again, folks, the passive versus the active. If you're going to go for active, it's essentially going to require you to rebalance more than the passive. Okay, so if you're someone, for example, that just wants to go away for a couple of days and not worry about it, and you've got no choice, can't bring your computer or whatever, then there's a way better to go for passive. Okay, if you're someone that's at your desk all the time, then you might as well go active and be with the better APRs. And in terms of custom, it says here recommended only if you understand concentrated liquidity. Okay, so I don't have much information about that one. Maybe sometime in the future we'll look at that. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and click active. And we're going to go next step, choose amount. And as we can see here, guys, the deposit ratio, as you can see, it says here, 45.2% BONK, 54.8% USDC. All right, so what I'm basically going to do now is I'm going to decide how much BONK I want to invest, and then I'm going to match it with that USDC, and it'll be 54.8. So I'm going to do that calculation now and then revert back. Alrighty, folks, so as tempting as it is to actually add more BONK to this position, guys, I kind of pretty happy with 1,203 BONK. And just to give you a bit of psychology behind that, as I've always said in these videos all the time, I don't think you should invest in BONK necessarily, especially if you're thinking about trading it seriously or investing seriously. That's the thing I say every video. And whilst I think there is some chance that it could be a SHIB or the next Doge, I don't think it's over 50%. I do genuinely think it's less than a 50% chance. But for me personally, I'm willing to take that risk with $1,203. But one of the biggest reasons is because, folks, I got that airdrop to me. Okay, my BONK airdrop is currently worth probably around $1,000, maybe a little bit less. Okay, and I've moved some money in terms of yield gains that I've made through Orca into BONK. That's increased the position alongside with about 100 to 125 US dollars that I actually invested in BONK. So all in all, I actually only invested from my own money 125 US dollars in BONK. The rest came from the airdrop and rewards, which I traded from, some rewards came in the form of BONK, some rewards came in the form of USDC. Okay, if that makes sense. So I could be really greedy and say, oh, do you know what? I'll move more of this USDC into BONK and just go for a crazy pump. And if BONK does 1,000x, then hey, that would have been the right decision. But I'm not really in a position, and I'm not really feeling that confident in just adding like another $500, for example, in USDC. Even though if we go over to the BONK chart here, well, actually, I think it's pretty obvious that this is actually a bear flag at the moment. So in all likelihood, once we hit a certain point, maybe over here, we might drop down. And if we break this level of support here, then we could be in a lot of trouble. So, even despite that, I'm still not really feeling confident. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to go for the max, which is 1.93K, as you can see here. We're going to plug that in, okay? So as far as I'm aware, that's pretty much going to use up all of my BONK, and we're going to go to preview here. And as you can see, it's giving me 99% APR again. 2% BONK rewards and 98% of the trade fee. So we'll see if this actually equates, guys. And the beauty of Orca is that you can make multiple pools of the same token. So if I just make a stake here, for example, say I don't do it correctly, or I add too much or too little, or maybe I want to add more, I don't have to close this pool down and open a brand new one. I can't and just have one. You can have multiple pools, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Of course, it's on Solana, so the fees are pretty much non-existent. So we're going to go ahead and click confirm here, get the phantom approval there on top right, just approve that, and we'll wait for it to come through. And bingo, deposit complete. That's our little cool whirlpool NFT. You'll find your whirlpool NFT in your NFT wallets. A nice little touch that they do, Orca. And yeah, guys, so do not sell or burn this NFT. You can send it to another wallet to transfer your position, but whale forbid, please don't burn or sell it. Okay, so don't burn or sell it before you take your profits anyway. So we're going to go ahead and view the portfolio, and as you can see here, guys, now I'm going to take a look at this pending yield throughout the course of the next couple hours and really just see how much I'm actually earning per hour with pretty much $2,000 here in the BONK USDC pool at what is meant to be 999% APR, which was the original APR. Alright folks, so when it actually comes to the rebalancing specifically, and people getting a bit confused with the amounts and things like that, I'm going to use this as another example of how I might go about doing that, okay? So again, deposit USDC. Again, we're going to, maybe let's just go for passive this time. I'm not going to go ahead and do this just yet because I'm not sure if this is the pool I want to do. But notice something here, okay? The deposit ratio, it's not a 50-50 split, so it might be a little bit kind of confusing or annoying to set this up. But basically, this is saying it wants 35.5 BONK at the moment and 64.5 USDC, okay, both out of 100%. Now this is pretty dynamic in my experience. I've been doing this Orca DeFi for maybe the last, I don't know, 4 days or something like that. Okay, so a simple way that you can work this out, okay, again, I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. This is just how I've been doing it. It doesn't take that long. Let's just make it really simple. And as you can see here, let's see. I got 1,579 USD. So let's ignore the SOL here. Let's ignore the BONK there and everything else. So what I would do here is I want to work out how much is 35.5% of 1,579. Okay, so I'm literally just going to go into the calculator and do that now. So 35%, which is the BONK, 35% of 1,579. The 35% is the BONK that I need to put in. The 1,579 is the total USDC. Okay, so again, if yours was $1,000, say you've got 900 USDC, for example, then you could just use that. And what I would say is, if you got random coins, like some Solana and a little bit of something else, always make sure you keep a bit of Solana, of course, for gas fees. But I would put everything into USDC first with one trade, and then work it out from there, if that makes sense. So 35% of 1,579, I'm going to hit enter, and it comes up with 552. 552. Yeah, so then all I'm going to do is basically I would go back now, 552, 1,579. So I'd go to the trade section, and I would go, what was it again? 552. Come back here, 552. Okay, and all right there. So that's pretty much the trade that I would want to make, folks. $551 for $549 worth of BONK. Okay, I'm moving that USDC into BONK, and then I'm going to hit trade, okay? And then once I've done that, okay, you're going to be balanced. You're going to have, out of your 1,579, 35% of that thereabouts, which is equating to $549 at the moment, is going to allow you to put, it should allow you to put all of that in the actual whirlpool, if that makes sense. So if you've got any questions about that, guys, let me know in the comments. Again, this is not financial advice. This is super high risk. I'm actually telling you directly, don't do this. Don't invest in BONK. Don't use Orca, DeFi, crypto. It's all really risky stuff. But yeah, let me know if the how-to helped you out, and we'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.